Thumbs up for making America great again. Now, hang out to figure out if I meant that sarcastically or seriously. So we've all heard the phrase, let's make America great again. A lot recently. Past year or so, we've had it so many times we just don't know what to do with it. So, let's discuss this concept. I love the concept of making America great. Let's look at again, though. So I'm guessing the catchphrase user did not mean in the past, let's say, decade. Probably since 2008. Probably didn't mean this century or millennia at all, because in the early 2000s, well, we had a war going on and had terrorists attacking us, and our economy was shitter, and in 2008 we had a collapse. Okay, so probably not that. So maybe the 90s. Well, no, in the 90s we had Desert Shield and Desert Storm going on, and we were having economic issues, and yeah, we weren't popular in the world because we were assholes. Okay, so maybe the 80s, because we had that upswing with Reaganomics and trickled down there. Now, we still had hostages, we were still participating in wars, selling guns to other countries, training them, and then being attacked by them. So maybe not the 80s. What about the 70s? Well, no, because we had Watergate and Nixon and the impeachment, and we had wars going on, and maybe the 60s. Well, the 60s was the beginning of really what is a modern civil rights movement. So we were basically treating all of our, a portion of our citizens as second-class citizens, which we kind of still do, but we won't get into that because that's not what this video is about. But when we look at how women and minorities are treated when it comes to pay scale alone, not even including civil rights or anything else, there's still some issues. So maybe in the 50s, we were just coming out of World War II. Oh, wait, we had McCarthyism and the communist witch hunts, and in the 40s we imprisoned our own Asian American citizens and confiscated their property. And yeah, World War II, we basically, well, that's a whole nother topic, but we came in at the very end to save the day because whatever reasons we had there. Maybe the 30s. Nope, because in the late 20s we had the Great Depression. The 30s was all recovery era. Oh, what about the 20s though? The 20s were good, right? Just came out of World War I. Jazz, blues, equal rights was coming out, but that was all dashed by the Great Depression and Prohibition. And okay, so maybe not the 20s. So maybe 1910, before World War I. Hey, now we've got something. Now, I have to just say right now, this is taking civil rights and putting it aside. Because, you know, Civil War in the 1860s, sure, we had emancipation and whatnot, but it wasn't equal rights. Now, let's take that little fact and put it aside, because we're trying to find some point in time when America was great. Because pre-Civil War, well, that's a whole nother situation. I guess if they want to make America great again, we have to be like we were sometime between 1870 and 1910. Because these was an era of exploration. Oh, by the way, exploration also means greed and corporate takeovers and whatnot. But we were at least exploring the land, exploring our resources. Science was booming. Medicine was booming. In the Industrial Revolution was happening. It was a great time. And America did become a world power at that time. This is barring corporate greed and takeovers from people like Edison and oil companies and whatnot that were just blossoming and coming into their own there, and our American elite was not being born, but being reformed into something stronger that can move forward for the next century. And also, this is not taking into consideration equality for women, minorities, etc. So, what I'm telling you is we had to go back over a century to find a time when America was great. And I'm willing to bet if we were there, we might have been telling a different story. So let's make America great. There is no again. Let's just make America great. Which means working with people, working together, working for one another. Travis Sivart, Simpleton Series and Talk of the Tavern. Thumbs up for making America great by working together. And subscribe to the channel.